Welcome, everyone, to the Minions of the Zoo Tuesday edition. I'll be your keeper this evening. My name's Skep, Tock. And with me, I have minions Jenna.
Hola.
Dr. Functional.
Hello.
And the Harry Channel.
Good evening.
Welcome, gentles, all. Lovely to see the three of you this evening. And I was just thinking about all the news that's... we've had really big news this last weekend. And I was thinking about, what are we going to talk about on the stream tonight? And all I could think about was my granddaughter. I have a new granddaughter, and my stepdaughter adopted a granddaughter. And that's all I want to do is talk about her. I don't want to talk about Don Lemon. I don't want to talk about Tucker Carlson. I want to talk about this interesting new project. But anyway, we're not going to talk about that. We are going to talk about Don Lum. We are going to talk Carlson and all that stuff. But before we do that, we are going to talk about Jenna. Jenna, how's your week been, hon?
Pneumonia and migraines.
Oh, shit.
That's a step up.
I know.
You know.
I did take migraine medicine, so if you hear silent, it's just I fell asleep.
Okay.
And Harry will talk for me because he found me.
He's like good. You, but with a goatee.
I'll be your proxy.
Absolutely.
Mirror universe, Jenna.
Functional, how you been, man?
I'm okay. I too have just taken some medication, so I might get a little funky, but that's why they call me the doctor.
I'll be the designated broadcaster this evening.
Dr.
We
Funk.
call tonight's episode the old and the broken.
Or Skep's Daily Live. Yes. Oh, it's good to hear your voice. Harry, what's up?
Oh, what is going? What is up?
Good.
Something good. I don't know, man.
Gavin Newsom for president. What? Yay or nay?
Oh, well, you mean is he going to run or is he going to win?
Yeah,
or do I want him to?
Do you want him to be president? First of
No.
all, do you think
No.
he's doing a good job?
I mean, he'd be better than AOC, but that's about it. But with my luck, he'd make AOC his VP choice. I shouldn't say that. I should not put that out into the universe because that's a thing that could happen.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing that comes back to you. So the universe can say, I told you so.
The universe is very giving.
Yes, it is. I
like
told you
not
not
to episode
do that
of...
What is that thing? Is it where where women try to manifest their greed by having like a board where they put all the like symbols of things that they want to attract to them? Like the dream map or the dream...
Yes, Dreamcatcher. It's not Dreamcatcher, but it is. I know what you're talking about.
Are you talking about that? They post like their goals.
Well, no, not like those diary whack jobs. I mean the ones who try to bring wealth or hunky dudes or whatever. They have like a board, and then they put pictures and things to sort of symbolize.
Vision board is what.
Vision board. That's what it is. My sister. A little bit younger than me, but my sister had this friend, and I think I can just use her first name. Her name was Shannon. Okay, Shannon was a girl who was not born with blonde hair, but had dyed her hair for so long that it was as if she forgot that she wasn't blonde. She was very, very dedicated to the thing, and I remember one time going to pick my sister up at her friend Shannon's house, and I saw inside her friend's little bedroom thing, and she had one of these boards, and this was like 30 years ago kind of thing. Mm-hmm. No, more like 25 years ago. And she had one of these boards, and she had all these pictures of famous models around this board, and in the center was a little picture of her. It just struck me as the most narcissistic thing I'd ever seen in my entire life.
Oh my God.
The thing is, I actually kind of liked her, but I actually liked Shannon, and she seemed like good people and stuff. But I don't know what was going on with that fragile ego thing. But I guess most teenagers are like that.
People are so.
But yeah,
funny.
she was going to visualize her way into top model status. She'd make derisive comments about people who dyed their hair too, and it's like, I can see your roots, chick. You know, I can see what's going on. You're not fooling anybody. Shannon. A lot of life is like that.
Yeah, a lot of life is like that.
Don't be like
There.
Shannon.
Yeah, don't be
Don't be
be-
a Shannon.
well, actually she's really nice, but
Don't be a
don't
dope.
do that. Yeah, if you
Okay.
want to become a model, there's a better path to that. I think it involves starvation, laxatives.
Yeah, and whoring out to the people who make those decisions, unfortunately.
Hashtag not all, but
Hashtag
yeah.
not all. Yes, it
I'd just
sometimes
like to
may have
state
happened
that
once.
now that I can see Functional's thingy closer, those aren't
Mhm.
fish.
No,
Oh,
Fish. Oh, in my thing?
I
It's
thought
not.
it was a fish tank.
those are flying cars, Jenna. Flying
Yeah,
cars.
it's like a little cyberpunk scene
Cars.
with me smoking
I
on the
liked it
side
better
because
when
that's
it
what I
was
do.
fish.
Cars in space.
That's what I do, Jenna. I
It's cars
smoke
in
and I know
space.
things.
Cars in space. I can't do a Boston accent, sorry.
No, you can't.
The Kaz.
Kaz.
tragic.
Yeah, it's
You don't
Maybe
like
if I,
Kaz?
if
You
I
put the dag in
visualized
the Kaz.
myself, I would doing it. I'll just imagine I'm going to be like Click and Clack, the Tappet Brothers. Man, I miss that show. NPR used to be cool. Now it sucks.
I love Click and Clack. I never missed that, Harry.
I still have
Some-
my Click and Clack coffee mug with their logo in
Awesome.
Latin. Yeah, it's
Awesome.
good
Yes.
stuff.
Anything's
I
Oh,
have
possible.
man.
no
Boston.
idea what you're talking about, so
Yeah, I don't know. Some
I fell in love with them when the first time I heard the opening credits. Or the closing credits, I mean, to the show. Harry knows what I'm talking about.
Click and Clack, the Tappet Brothers, did a show. It was Bob and something Mayatsi.
Mayatsi is how you
Mayatsi.
say, how I said it. It's Bob and Tom.
And Tom,
Mayatsi.
yeah.
Yeah, Tom.
Okay, and they
One
they
is
did
an
this
MBA,
show.
one is a PhD in mechanical engineering from MIT. The other one is has an MBA from some prestigious place, Tufts or something.
Well, as
Okay.
people would call in and they would say my car is broken, and they would describe what the issue was, and these guys, in the funniest way possible, would ask them questions and then give them useless recommendations. It was a call-in show where people just talked about their cars and what was wrong with them, but it was very Boston the way they did it. So I think you'd actually enjoy it.
you'll have to find it and send it to me.
Yeah, to car talk.
now
But
your
now
spare
it's
time.
just talk about just nonsense. I think we on the Saturday show
Tom
did
and
that.
Ray. Tom and Ray.
Tom and Ray.
That's what it
I didn't
was.
want to make it Bob and Ray because that's a different thing.
Yes.
All right, Cannibalistic and I now have drama, and he's not gonna like it.
Oh, okay. No, they used to have good stuff on there. There was that, and I mean, on a slow day, if you've taken a lot of sedatives, Prairie Home Companion was pretty good. But
Have you taken sedatives?
yeah, but
Oh,
there was
Yeah.
there used to be a bunch of good stuff on NPR. Now it's just all crap. I just
Yeah.
want them to lose their taxpayer subsidies, and then people can
Yes,
just buy.
please.
They can get those stupid tote bags, and then NPR can do whatever the hell it wants.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
just let them go commercial. And they say, well, we're not really relying on the government. Good, let's go. Cut the cord. It's time. Way past time.
Yeah, if you're
Bye,
not relying on the
Felicia.
government, prove it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sorry, functional.
I was just saying bye, Felicia.
What is that from?
Lions
It's a
are
reference that everybody
Friday.
makes. What?
Friday with Ice Cube. It's a black film, black culture film, and there's the neighborhood what the kids call a skeezer,
Mhm.
a hoe, and
thought.
she was asking Ice Cube's character for something, drugs or something, I don't know, and then she's leaving and he's like, bye, Felicia. As in, you're not wanted here. I fucking love those movies. They were so funny.
hmm It's sort of a black oriented thing, not a black exploitation thing. So it's not like
Exactly.
not
Like
one of
these
the
are
old Pam Grier movies or anything.
no. These are stories from like 90s young men kind of in South Central LA. So you have that. You have Don't Be a Menace to Society. You know those kinds of movies where it's not exploitation. It's just sort of slice of life for them.
Yeah.
I swear I'm gonna
And
bop
that's why they
you.
and that's why they did so well, is because they were accurately, even when they did it in a more comedic way, it was still very appropriate to their life experience.
Well, I can present to you a pair of
TUES
movies,
in.
which I don't know if you've ever seen, but it's kind of like when people make kind of like lampoon their own culture, but it's not not in a bad way, I don't think. I rather enjoyed these following two films, Undercover Brother and The Hebrew Hammer Saves Christmas.
Yes, I've
obviously,
seen them both, and yes,
yes, and
Yes.
both. I really enjoyed both of those
Hebrew
movies.
Hammer. Jesus.
Have you seen either of these movies, Skep?
I'm sorry, I got distracted. I
D-
completely lost the thread of the conversation.
We were talking about, I mentioned
Bring me
we
up to
talked about
speed.
movies that where basically sort of ethnic groups or racial groups kind of lampoon themselves, but everybody has a good time. There's nothing bad about it. One of them is Undercover Brother,
Eddie
Oh
Griffin.
yeah,
no.
yep.
and the other one is The Hebrew Hammer Saves Christmas, which is Goldstein is his name. I can't remember. Adam
Ryan?
Goldstein,
And
I think is his name.
Patrick or Andrew or something. It's like an Irish Jew kind of combination.
I thought
Yeah.
it was Ryan.
Yeah, the Hebrew
maybe it
Hammer
was
movie was hilarious, but sort of Jews making fun of themselves. Awesome,
Yeah.
fun movie. And there was a fundraising platform just for Jewish projects, and I think it was called Juicer or something. But who knows? Maybe that's like a Jewish dating site. I don't know. Don't go looking for that on the internet. I'm probably just wrong.
Adam
The-
Goldberg.
Adam Goldberg. Okay.
Yeah.
And they were going to make a sequel to that, and they were actually looking for donors. And if you gave them a not that large amount of money, you were able to go to the producer's dinner thing. And I thought long and hard about just ponying up a bunch of money so I could be the one goyim who just sort of shows up, just surrounded by all these very Jewish people.
Yeah.
Just have me show up and be in the producer's circle thing at the opening screening.
Absolutely.
And Harry, his name was Mordecai Jefferson Carver,
Yeah,
aka the Hebrew Hammer. And
That's a good
the
movie.
person,
Hammer.
the pro-
that is so funny.
it just occurred to me that the person who played Damien Claus was Andy Dick.
it was. And the person who
Who
played
knew?
White She-Devil was Carmen Electra.
Yep.
No, wait, not Carmen Electra. It was the one who Denise Richards.
Richards, right.
Denise Richards. I don't know. All those
The
women
health
kind of
guru?
smashed together in my head.
The health
Denise
guru?
Richards? No, Denise Richards, the one who
Or-
was married to Charlie Sheen.
Oh, that Denise Richards. Okay.
Remember? Did you saw Starship Troopers? Didn't you?
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah,
She's
she
a
was
brunette.
the bright, shiny. I'm going to be a pilot.
Yes,
chick.
yes.
I'm Denise Richards. I'm going to be a pilot.
Disappointing movie. Disappointing.
Yeah. Well, it was good enough.
It was good
Yeah,
enough.
it's
They
charmed for a
made it
sci-fi
into
action
schlock,
flick.
but
Yeah.
it was festive
Popcorn.
schlock at that.
Neil Patrick Harris was good. Casper Van Diem or Dean or whatever his name was good. Dina Meyer was good.
When is Daniel Patrick Harris not good?
Neil Patrick Harris.
Neil Patrick Harris. I was thinking Daniel
Patrick Moynihan. Yeah, I know what you were thinking.
Oh, that's funny.
No, because
Yeah.
in How I Met Your Mother, he was fantastic.
Yeah.
In Harold and Kumar, again, fantastic. Playing somebody who now, after the fact, knowing a little bit more about his personal life, you're like, wow, that was actually a masterful performance. Because in both, he plays this like coonhound, frat bro kind of guy, and you're like, oh, he's just, and in real life, he's like a sensitive, just gay man. Like, wow, this is actually really good acting. I had no idea at the time. It was still good performance, but to see how far he has to stretch his role from himself to the character he's playing, that's pretty good.
Well, Wait,
Doogie Howser, come
Camel
on.
says that Denise Richards and her daughter has OnlyFans. Well, the daughter belongs to Charlie Sheen, so who's really shocked by that?
Yeah.
Well, is it like a shared OnlyFans? Because that would be you. Or a separate OnlyFans, and it's just like, oh, sad. You know, am I supposed to be
Yeah.
sad or grossed out here? I'm not really sure which emotion I'm supposed to be reaching for.
I think you should go with both.
No, I can only do one or the other.
Good point, Frosted. Michael Ironside, one of his best roles.
Oh,
Everyone
yeah.
fights,
I-
no one quits. You don't do your job, I'll shoot you myself.
I wanted to make a comment about Dr. Funkenstein's ghost comment for his comment very quickly. That's how I feel every Wednesday at my Jewish friends D&D, the only heathen at the table. Let me tell you something. The university that I went to was about 40% Jewish when I was there. Northwestern University, where I went undergraduate.
I believe it had a university based on that, didn't it?
Well, the Weinstein School of College of Arts and Sciences, yes, that's exactly what.
No. I mean, your university,
Weinstein
Northwestern,
as in
had some sort of nickname based on the fact there were so many Jewish people who went there, didn't they? I can't remember what it was. Never mind. I'm just hallucinating.
it was famous as every smart kid's safety school.
Yeah.
You know, all the kids who are applying for MIT and Harvard and Caltech, like their safety schools always Northwestern, and you get a lot of really good people. And some people even want to go to Northwestern as their first choice. Imagine that. It was actually my first choice of every college in the country to go to. I was thrilled when I got in.
What are they known for?
Just general scholarship. Yeah, general scholarship.
Oh, okay.
And
I don't know. So
you know, they have a top-notch business school, top-notch law school, top-notch medical school. So they got the big three covered. And when I say top-notch, when I say top-notch, I don't mean top 10. I mean like top 5.
Right.
Really, truly, probably the best business school on earth. Period. Dot. Nobody's even really seriously competing. Not even.
That explains the attraction for my people. You got the big three right there.
The
only thing
Kellogg
you're missing is
school.
Jewel.
The Kellogg school is at least 50% Jewish. I guarantee you. You know, it was right next to my fraternity. Anyway, and then the let's see. What was that?
That was me trying to find something on IMDb, and then video just started playing.
Excellent
stuff that you were opening.
Yeah.
Share.
Nice.
I want to see.
Oh.
Share and share alike.
It's from. It says tap. It says tap to see dramatic women of heroes in 2023. No, I don't want to.
Damn it!
You can't make me.
Yeah.
Michael Ironside.
My body, my choice.
Well, that's what I was trying to look up. There's a Michael Ironside movie which dispels the notion that he's a good actor quite handily. It's
that who?
Michael Ironside.
Functional. Frosted
my
Glass
God.
wants to know why your Jewish accent sounds like Barney Rubble.
I
Barney
don't know.
Barney Rubble.
I don't know, Bubble. What do you mean? Oh, I can see it now because I do the little inflections. Maybe Barney was a Jew. Who knows?
No,
Ask his mother.
It's almost like Bronx. Almost sounds like the Bronx.
Yeah. The New York Jew sort of Bronx accent is something I can do. So, you know, it's something I've been exposed to with family. The family. That and what's his name? Mike Myers' character on SNL, Linda Richmond. Oh, did I just kill everyone?
No, you didn't. I was just looking for things and stuff.
I don't know. Total Recall?
No. Oh,
Now
that's right. He was in that, wasn't he?
Yeah. I'll see you at the party, Richter.
I'm trying to find.
Have you guys ever seen the movie
remember.
Oscar?
Oscar?
With Sly Stravone, whatever his name is.
This movie, Skep. This movie.
Richard Grieco.
This movie is so bad. Okay. This movie.
Okay,
Let's see if I
okay,
can-
no, you're not putting that on Michael's lap.
Oh, yes, I
You're
am.
gonna
'Cause
lead with
he's in
Richard
it and he
Grieco.
sucks. Okay.
All right, what are we looking at here?
This
What are we
is
doing?
this is
Also
the
in
movie
Top Gun.
Rebel Run, starring Michael Ironside, Richard Grieco, and Sean Young. Sean Young plays a Native American woman in this, and she does it like she does most things poorly. Let me see if I can find a synopsis of this.
That guy Michael Ironside was good as that detective in the wheelchair.
Yeah, they have almost no. The description is literally 2 sentences. A tough New Jersey biker named Bolt travels across the country heading west, encounters old gang rival Billy Niles. That's the
Wow.
whole description of it. But luckily, he's nurtured by Sean Young, and that helps him not die or something.
Yeah.
No.
This
Magic.
movie is
Fake
terrible.
Native American.
This movie is absolutely
Prospero says
terrible.
my accent's like butter.
It's got an IMDb rating of 3.7.
That's just what I was looking up. Was 3.7 is that's actually
Oh,
higher than
God.
what I would have expected.
Well, I mean,
Joel
it's not.
knows what Oscar is.
So it is
Bastard.
an actual movie.
It's an actual movie.
It's just a silly one.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it, Jenna.
Sean Young plays Patty Deerhart.
Okay,
It's bad.
man, Patty.
And Michael
Dearheart.
Ironside is
Oh.
bad in it. I mean, he's better than he was in, well, no, he's worse than he was in Sequest, the TV series, which was pretty terrible because it had a talking
Sequest
dolphin.
was
And on
awful.
general principle, I hate any movie with talking fish. Yeah.
I had such a
Fish.
crush on the
Um,
kid that played. 'cause he
Jenna,
was
I
the
remember-
I was
little
afraid you were going to
homie.
say you had a crush on the dolphin.
Yeah, I had a crush on the dolphin. No, the kid that played the one that controlled the I don't know. Jonathan Brandis. When I
Yeah,
was
he had
little,
that- he had
I
that
was
Teen
gonna
Idol
marry
hair.
Him,
Yeah.
but
Where did this come out?
then I hit
Jenna,
14 and realized that doesn't happen.
No.
You didn't. Oh, 1991. You didn't. Yeah, it's a Sylvester Stallone movie where he plays the 30s gangster.
Yeah,
I
it's a
remember
really
this
good
movie now. Was
It's
it?
just well, you have to.
I don't
be
remember
able
it.
to
That's why I'm
laugh
kind
at
of like,
it. Because
yeah, I can see that.
Oscar is never seen except for the last second of the movie, but the whole movie it's just a really good movie.
Angelo snaps provolone. Sylvester Stallone. Yes, his last name is
If
Provolone.
you like to laugh at silly,
Made his dying father a promise on his deathbed. He would leave the world of crime and become an honest businessman. Despite
Okay,
having
fair.
no experience in making money in a legal fashion, Snap sets about to keep his promise. He's faced with numerous problems. Henchmen who know nothing but crime. The police who are convinced he's hatching a master plan. And Oscar, who just got his daughter pregnant. Dun, dun, dun. Neo screwball comedy, 1930s. It was an adaptation of a book. That I didn't know. Interesting.
I love that movie.
Did you want to talk about
Whenever
Tucker Carlson, Skep, or
No,
are you
we can
just
talk
happy
about-
to?
Just
Just-
this show has always been the rollicking freeform conversation. I throw things out there that if anybody's looking for something to talk about, or we just talk about what naturally evolves. I really, that was always my vision for the show. But
Yeah, I'm still rat free, so we can't do Nigel
Yeah.
Cam.
I miss Nigel Cam.
Yeah,
you know,
Brings
one,
back such good memories.
one thing about seriously the political situation is it's shaping up. It really looks like Joe Biden is going to force the nomination to himself since he's canceled the primaries, and it would serve him right if RFK said, "You know what? I'm going to resign from the Democratic Party and run as an independent, just to f him up in some key states."
hmm
And just to say, yeah, that's me pissing on you. he would be
Just-
within his rights to do it because
Wait, he
this is
canceled the primaries?
Yeah,
yeah
I was gonna say,
Can you
what
do that?
what you talking about?
yeah no he really can do that. You know, the way that the Democratic Party is structured and the DNC operates is if the DNC says we've chosen our nominee,
Mhm.
that's the end of the thing. There aren't any primaries held, and that's what they're going to do.
Wow.
That's what they indicated today, and that was, you know, so that's a big deal. Of course, Marianne Williamson and RFK Jr. went absolutely ballistic, you know, because
As they should.
it's just like, thanks for playing, now go home. They don't
Do you
even
know
get
what-
a hearing.
Do you know what percentage RFK was at? Because I know Marianne, because it was kind of memeing on her, crazy crystal lady. She's got 10%, and you know, just to qualify for these types of things, you need what, 1%, 2%?
Yeah.
And they were making a huge stink that Kamala back when had 3%, and they were screaming bloody murder.
They're not
No, you got to let her in.
consistent. They're
She's
not
got
consistent.
3%.
No,
They
there
just
was
do
one
what they
point
want to do. They just do
when
course
whatever
not.
they
Kamala
want
had
to do.
0%.
I'm just wondering if RFK had a bigger number than Marianne, which I think he probably does. That's insanity to me.
Send that to me, please, Harry.
Not only not only are you giving middle finger to the candidates, but then you're giving the full frontal salute to all your voters. Say,
Hey,
fuck
there's
you,
a
we don't need your
Prospero.
input.
What's that?
Walking
There's a
right stag.
Prospero in the chat.
Yeah, the walking rage tank fire that is the DNC. Oh, that's
It's
funny.
bad. It's bad. And I don't even know half the shit that you guys pay attention to because it doesn't really immediately impact me. And even just the little that I do see, it's like, holy shit. Who's worse, him or fucking Trudeau? It's hard to say at this point. The Liberals or the
Yes.
Democrats? Like,
Functional, the answer is yes.
He's got some pretty serious arthritis in two of his knuckles. At least two of them.
oh, no, that's from taking
That's for taking out Corn Pop. I know. Bob.
Corn Pop. Thank you. I knew he was a bad dude. I forgot his name. He was taking him out
Yeah.
back and showing him what for.
Yeah, he was working in the meatpacking plant in Scranton, and
Scranton.
Driving a
he
truck.
he'd just use the carcasses as a punching bag and just bare knuckle.
I'm gonna admit a
This one's for
weakness
Corn
I
Pop.
have. A
He should get a
jealousy-
tattoo, and one hand says corn, and the other hand says pop.
Pop. Yeah, a knuckle tattoo.
Wait, I have to
Pop in
admit
a
a
skull.
jealousy, a weakness I have against
For Corn Pop?
that because of Joe Biden. He has teeth. And I envy
most
that.
people have teeth. Not something you should envy. Don't worry. It's overrated. It's a lot more maintenance than you'd think.
Although I figured out how to eat raw broccoli and steak, so not raw steak, but cooked steak. So I'm doing pretty good for myself.
That's
Raw steak is good if you get a good enough cut of meat.
Mm-hmm.
A little
Hey,
tartar.
Prospero in bed on your phone. Tell Hebby I say hi. The other
I mean,
three don't say hi.
I'm just interested. Functional. How do you fix steak tartare? I'm just curious if you ever eat it, and if you do, how do you fix it?
I don't.
Okay.
Salt, pepper, and maybe some lemon juice.
Yeah.
Fresh squeezed lemon.
Crack an egg over the top.
But yeah. The egg's kind of a given.
Yep. Okay.
Just a regular
Why would-
chicken egg. Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Why
Yeah.
would
you
that's-
could mess around and obviously change things around, but just try to keep it simple because, like you said, if you get that good enough piece of meat, you want the full experience of that meat. That's why you're eating a tartare.
Will you
You're
send
not
me that
eating a
one too,
tartare for
Harry?
sustenance. You're eating it to just experience
Experience
the
the meat.
flavor and the texture of
That's
the
right.
meat.
That's why I like my steaks so rare, because they taste like meat. It makes them taste like meat,
Yeah.
not like burning things.
Thank you.
A nice good char on the outside and you're good.
Yes, I like a rare meat. Oh, steak.
Yeah, Normally when I eat, and I know people always give me shit for this, I like it on the cook it until you know it's no longer going to be like juicy. I don't want a puck, but I like my steak a little bit better, more well cooked. Because I eat it right away. I don't give it time to rest. I'm just
Okay,
what
so
I
when
do
you
for
come here to
myself
hang
food
out,
wise is not what I would do for other people. Trust me, I know how to cook steak and I know how to
No,
eat
sure.
broccoli. This is a
okay, so
personal taste. It's
when
like
you come
it's
here
like
to
when
hang
Donald
out,
Trump eats his steak with some ketchup. I'm like, yeah, and it's just his taste. Who gives
Whatever
a
you,
fuck?
hey, yeah, my wife likes a well done steak with A1 steak sauce.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
It's
I get my
took a little getting used to.
nieces and
Yes, bud, just past medium well. Yeah.
my nieces and my younger ones, I get them to eat steak if I cook it in soy sauce.
Not you, Jenna. I'm laughing at what Skep put up.
Harry put it up, and I asked
Yeah,
him to
that's
send it to me.
Yeah, that's
Well,
me.
you realize that there is absolutely no character behind those eyes. There is
No, there's
there
not.
is no conscience. There's no soul. That guy is so completely whored out. That's the problem with Joe Biden. He is just owned by too many people, and China is his biggest owner.
Yep.
I haven't fact checked this one, so
This all right.
Got
Well,
C's and
first of
D's in
all,
college.
he did get some C's and D's in college, but he was not in the bottom 10% of his class. He did fail one
I
class
thought it
in
was
law
the
school.
84 race.
He did fail one law school class for plagiarism and had to take it over, and then he dropped out of the race. What did he plagiarize? I can't remember. It was part of a speech, right?
yeah, it was.
Yeah,
That
it was a
actually happened.
speech.
Yeah, there's
I
video
thought
of
that was
that.
an 84
Yeah.
though.
And so these are yes, every one of these I have verified personally.
Yeah.
Or at least have overwhelming evidence, from significant, and cross-referenced by several people, and they're not just looking at the same thing.
And so the conclusion is accurate. He is a liar, a cheater, and a loser.
Harry, will you send me this one too?
Well, getting C's
He's
and
a
D's
useful loser.
in college, I got an F in college. Didn't have anything to do with my ability in the class, but I didn't show up for the final.
Skep,
Well, I mean,
had to
regardless of whether it was academic or
Behavioral.
behavioral, you don't want that type of person leading your country.
Right.
No.
Because either they're lazy or they're stupid or both.
Well, I just want to say I had to do a presentation in front of everybody in one of my classes, which isn't unusual in college, and I was having a really bad time with my I can't think of what it's called now.
Okay.
My speech impediment.
Your speech impediment. Okay.
I was really tired from my thalassemia, so that you can tell when my speech is bad because I'm not doing well. And I ran out of the class. Somebody laughed at me and I was embarrassed. So I ran out of the class.
It's a normal reaction.
I did speak to the professor the next day and I took the 0 because I wasn't going back up there.
Mm-hmm.
And the teacher said
the professor should have let you do the presentation to just him then.
Well, that would have been nice, but it was supposed to. I don't blame the professor, and I don't blame the kids, the whatever that laughed. It was my own fault for letting it get to me. But I learned a valuable lesson.
That's good.
I just actually did it. I talked it through till I figured out how the words I was looking for that I couldn't remember with the speech impediment, and I didn't run away.
Good.
I just needed brain damage to be able to do it.
Nothing like a little brain damage.
Silly me went to college without it.
Yeah. Them's was the days.
That was going to be the sequel to Shock Treatment, I think.
What college what college did you go to, Jenna?
BU.
Wow. Big time school.
My mother-in-law was a professor.
Ah. Did she give you free grades?
I didn't have her as a professor.
Thought maybe she could slip you some grades. Like get in and hack your transcript.
Hey, Jenna.
Help you
I
out.
want some of these grades. I got grades. What kind of grades do you need? I got
Okay.
A's. I got B's.
I have a hat that says "Stop self-snitching" because I tell on myself. I am the worst at not like
What did you study at BU?
education.
How long were you there?
4 years.
Okay, so you took a regular bachelor's degree in education, right?
Yep.
And did you pursue a master's or anything? A lot of people in education get a
I
master's.
got
and there's-
hit by a car.
that was
That'll do
you
it.
were in that process.
Yeah, I was. So I graduated when I was 22. And I was hit when I was 24.
Mm-hmm.
But I had just turned 24. So I hadn't had time to. I didn't go. I had to get a job.
Yeah.
So I was teaching. Well, I had a job the whole time, but I had a job as a 3rd grade teacher. And then I was hit before I could move on to my master's, although I had plans to that September, but I was hit in January.
What's wrong with the education system in the United States? How can we fix it? You're the only one with an education degree.
I have to.
Here. How can we fix it? What do we do?
We need to take it completely apart and start over.
The United States?
No, with the education system.
Oh, okay.
To tell you the truth, I would not be a
What would you
teacher
get
now.
rid of first?
Diversity classes. Participation trophies.
Wow. Culture
Audit
shock.
every single freaking teacher and staff member.
Harry, do you have any participation trophies?
I once got an honorable mention on something when I was in elementary school, and I knew right away that was bullshit. I made these today. I decided I wanted to make like some big ass
Burger
hamburgers,
buns?
so I made some hamburger buns.
Oh, I thought they were
Nice.
glazed with honey.
That's melted butter.
No, that's the sheen from the butter.
The better.
And then
Oh,
I cooked up the burgers on the
Open
barbecue pit I have in my kitchen. So that's charcoal and some chunks of oak. That was good. I made for a very fine dinner.
Yeah.
indeed.
I was feeling motivated. It's like, I want a hamburger and I want it to be a really good hamburger.
I was motivated too, but I was on fucking Pat's stream this evening, and it ran for a few hours, and then Mitch and Pat and Jen and I started talking about food for the next 4 hours. Next thing I know, it's like 9
Huh?
p.m. I'm like, shit, I haven't eaten anything.
Well, I did manage to get it, even though those were pretty thick and a half pound a piece. I did manage to get them cooked to pretty much a perfect medium, because I agree that ground beef you really don't want to go super rare on.
Straight
No,
beef?
no. Not ground beef. You can
No, ground beef you want
can
cooked.
leave a little bit of it pinkish, but you definitely don't want a big slug of E. coli. That's a
Yeah.
bad thing. You
But
get
you
a
did
colony
this
of that going, you'll be dead.
you did this straight
Assassin,
beef?
right? But just take the whole education system and just throw it
Teach
out
them to
and
make
start
hamburgers.
over.
Harry,
That's what
just
you
straight
need
beef
to do.
patties? Or do you mix?
It looks like
This is just straight beef. I did put a little bit of salt, pepper, and garlic powder in it.
Of course.
You put pork in it so you can't eat it.
I love pork. What are you talking about?
You're
My best
bad.
Color is a
sliders
little
are
off because my
50-50.
camera's not particularly good, but
Oh, that's a good looking hamburger.
I managed to
Yeah.
actually get the first ripe tomatoes I've had in about half a year.
Nice.
Are those from your garden?
Nope.
By the way,
Cheese,
our
tomato, red
tomatoes,
onion.
now that we've got the mix right, our tomatoes are growing 2 inches a day.
Nice.
Plants. Oh my God, they are
Damn.
just killing
I
it.
will pay for it to be sent my way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing a whole bunch of cherries this year. If you're interested in a quick farm report, I'll give you the quick news from Brenda Farms. We found out that we discovered that we didn't plant any beans this year. In a complete mistake, we planted all peas. So we're going to, all the rows that we thought we were planting beans were peas. And some bean seeds are very round, and the ones that we had planted the year before were, and I thought these were, I didn't realize they were peas. We're gonna be up to our ass in peas. It's just one of those funny things. Or
You're
I guess it
welcome to
amuses me.
send them my way.
But the potatoes are coming up. The potatoes are coming up. We may finally have figured out the potato thing. And we
that's
got
good.
carrots, a pomegranate, watermelon vines cooking, and I think we got some cantaloupes. I can't remember if we planted cantaloupes this year. And the other cool thing that's happening is we have volunteer tomato plants all over our yard. We don't know how these how the tomato seeds got there, but they got there and they're coming up. And we just think that's the coolest thing. Like in the flower garden in the front yard, separated by a pretty big house, a nearly 3,000 square foot, 2,500 square foot house. There's no way that should be there, but it got there. It must have gotten some seed on a shoe and somebody stepped in the garden, weeding it or something. And we planted tomatoes in the front yard, planted some peppers too, same way. It's funny. Farming
So
is
I have
funny.
a Tucker
Gardening.
A Tucker Carlson question.
Okay.
Did he get fired?
Well,
His last show was the other day.
If you want my quick analysis, I'll give you. We don't know for sure,
Yeah.
but I'm happy to give you my quick analysis, and that goes like this: Tucker Carlson was a $35 million a year liability for Fox, and he disagreed with the owner and controller of Fox, Rupert Murdoch, on some very basic things. They did not see eye on. And probably the biggest thing is Donald Trump. The biggest point of disagreement was Tucker Carlson doesn't like Donald Trump, and Rupert Murdoch wants Fox to be the conservative voice, the Republican voice, the source. If you want conservative news, you want the party line, the Republican conservative MAGA party line, you go here. And that means that if you can't deal with Donald Trump, you can't be a part of his operation. I'm speculating, but I suspect that is a lot of this. The other thing that I think happened was they probably went to him and said, Tucker, we can't afford to pay you $35 million anymore. We've got to save some money. around here were going bankrupt, with by losing that much capital, we're a little bit squeezed. So how about a break? Can we work something out? And I think they may have tried to work something out, and they just thought that I think Fox got their feelings hurt that Tucker said, "No, I'm not going to take
Hi,
that."
Felicia. Yeah.
I can cruise over to Substack. I can go over to Daily Wire. I've got a lot of options. I don't have to stay here. And they feel like, well, we made you. You wouldn't be anything without it. And they're kind of like that. And he's all like, no. We were all free agents. We entered into a business contract. Goodbye. And I think that's basically what happened.
He can make it on his own and not have to pay Fox their 40%.
Yeah, roughly, exactly.
I mean, he's well loved and well respected in the circles that, and he's got a huge fan base. He could go to any platform, do anything. He could go the independent route like Crowder or Pool, and he'll make it huge. If he goes to Rumble or makes YouTube shorts or whatever, they are going to dominate. He's got nothing to worry about. Hell, he's already at this point a multimillionaire. He could retire and not give a shit. He could concentrate on his family. It doesn't matter. We'll know in 4 months because he's under sort of a 4-month blackout, whatever you want to call it.
Quiet time. Yeah.
Quiet time, which, good. He'll probably spend it with his family.
You might be interested in this information. Fox News Channel coasted to an easy win in primetime Monday night, delivering an average total audience of 2.35 million viewers on the first night without Tucker Carlson in its nightly lineup. Hours after the network announced it had parted ways with the host of Tucker Carlson Tonight, the network aired Fox News Tonight in Carlson's place, 8 p.m. time slot, and the fill-in show, which I guess was filled in with Brian Kilmeade, won the hour with 2.597 million viewers. So
Fox still won.
Hang on. At 9 p.m., MSNBC's Rachel Maddow beat Fox News Channel's Hannity, with the Rachel Maddow show delivering a total audience of 2.734 to Hannity's 2.531. In the key demographic 2554, Maddow was the highest rating show in cable news on the night with 356,000. So anyway, my point in this is, you're hearing like numbers like 2 and 3 million there. MSNBC, its strongest show, had 207,000 viewers.
Yeah.
I shit you not. They are.
I like Tucker though.
They are absolutely in.
I don't know.
Terrible shape.
Yeah, they're bombing hard.
Now that's a key demo number. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to mislead you. 207,000 viewers in the key demo. That's a very poorly written article that put the qualifier at the end of it.
I swear I didn't write it.
That's all right. Sort of thing that I do actually. But anyway, my point in saying this is that the news will march on. Tucker Carlson is not irreplaceable. Fox News is its brand, its product is the straight shot conservatism, the covering the show that the liberal media does not cover, and giving emphasis to the issues that are of principal interest to conservative folks. Then it won't matter. That part won't be affected by Tucker Carlson leaving. How many of his fans he takes with him remains to be seen. I think that in 4 months, the people who like him will be undergoing severe Tucker Carlson withdrawal. And his comeback on whatever stage he chooses will be several things. One, well-funded, extremely well-funded. He's about to make a shitload shitload of money in whatever kind of a deal he structures and signs. If he elects not to go independent, not to do a locals thing like Dave Rubin does, if he elects to take off Ben Shapiro's money, he's probably going to be in a position to do that. And or Jeremy Boring. Jeremy Boring's actually the real businessman between them, although Ben Shapiro's a really smart guy. Between the three of them, they all like each other, and I think they'll work out something that I think he would be an amazing addition to the Daily Wire. I think he would bring a lot of subscribers. He would bring so many subscribers to Daily Wire that would just be so lucrative for those guys. So those are kind of my thoughts. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, I like Tucker, but I'm not gonna.
He's fond of you.
Jump off the cliff because
he's gone.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
It happens. I think he used to work at CNN, and before that, you
Crossfire.
You in life you change jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you get hit at the age of you just turned 24 a month ago, and then you never change jobs because you become a disabled mother of a lot of children.
Disabled, semi-disabled, disabled grandfather of a lot of children.
Here, this will cheer you up, Jenna.
Aww.
Oh no. Oh, okay. I don't. He's got enough of a brand, both of his person and of his brand. That kind of makes sense. Because, I mean, Tucker Carlson, the person, the family man, is one entity, one thing, and then his news broadcaster persona is kind of the other entity. I think that he's got enough support on both ends of that he could go fully independent and not have to be beholden to anybody.
Are you kidding? He absolutely could.
And I think that a lot of the
he would dwarf
Fox.
Functional. He would dwarf Dave Rubin.
I like Dave Rubin.
Dave Rubin's operation is an order of magnitude 10 times smaller than the kind of subscriber base Tucker Carlson's looking at. He is the biggest show in the history of cable news. He has the biggest,
which is no small feat audience in the modern age, where nobody, air quotes, nobody is watching TV. Like I said, if he goes fully independent and he starts releasing just shorts on YouTube, clips of his witticisms of his show on YouTube, he will dominate that space. If he signs a deal where he broadcasts on Rumble, he will dominate that platform. Anything he touches, he will absolutely dominate. He's got all the power in his pocket right now. It's just a matter of what he wants to do with it.
And he has a 4-month vacation.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not on vacation.
Unlike his peer, who I don't think anybody's going to want to touch with a 10-foot pole except
peer.
That's why I chuckled when I said peer.
Yes. Yeah, right.
Don Lemon is nowhere near this man's caliber. Even at his best,
is gross.
Even at Don Lemon's best, he was never as good in the same league as Tucker at his worst.
Yeah.
He actually said that in an interview recently, Don Lemon, that he did not think CNN was a Democrat channel, that they were fair and biased,
that they were center right.
Yeah,
he said that.
I heard him say that. I heard him say
center
that.
Center right? Are you?
I know.
Mother.
And he said it with a straight face.
Dude, he had Vivek
Ramaswamy
on, and he says to him derisively, whatever ethnicity you are. And I'm like, what? How? Whoa.
So anyway, okay. So
Sorry.
the upshot is the upshot is that Mr. Lemon will not be missed by Lemon missed. I don't know why it's funny, but it is. Anyway, he will not be missed by anybody really. The people who are to his political orientation, the crew at CNN and places like that, MSNBC, are pretty much interchangeable. They're all going to say the same thing. That's the thing about fascist societies and organizations. They are boring. They're boring. Everybody says the same thing. Everybody has the same ideas. No deviance is tolerated. Everybody's trying to look purer than everybody else, and it degenerates into this.
They're robots.
Game.
I will
deadly game. Well, but it's the worst thing about it is that it ends up being decisions get made for the wrong reasons in situations like that. They get made for political reasons when they need to be made for other reasons. It's just absolutely tragic.
Spud Gun wants you for some reason.
Spud wants us to get your attention.
Yeah, what's up?
Grab his attention now, Spud.
What's going on, Spud?
Say your piece.
Oh.
But until he gets that across, I think nobody's going to want to touch him. He's going to realize that at some point, and he's gonna lower his standards. And people, YouTubers, mid low tier type people are going to want to have him on the show. Maybe even the Young Turks or whatever, and that's going to be a wonderful dumpster fire to watch.
Thank you, Spud. Yes, it will be.
Minnesota
All right, hang on. Shh. Oh, this is a bill that's proposed. This is a draft of a bill for an act relating to human rights, removing certain sections in the Human Rights Acts that allow for discrimination based on sexual orientations, amending Minnesota statutes, don't care, gender identity, don't care, sexual orientation, don't care, house, don't care, repealer, okay.
Repealer?
Minnesota statutes 2022 blah blah blahs are repealed. So I'm going to have to look up what it's repealing. I'll bet it let's see.
Section 2, last line of the
sexual orientation means having or being perceived as having an emotional, physical, sexual attachment without regard to the sex of that person, or having been perceived as an orientation for such attachment.
How about no?
How
about wood chipper?
Nope. There's not. There's nothing obvious in this. I'm not seeing what you're seeing so far, Spud. Can you? Section 2. Oh, yeah, in the strikeout. They took that out.
Yeah, we want to be able to discriminate based on factors.
Right, exactly.
I have to take my headphones off. Tell me that you can still hear me once I do it, okay?
Okay. I think it's still legal to discriminate against communists.
They're just modernizing it, Spud. Everything will be fine. Just listen to your perfect masters. Remember, they have your welfare at heart.
They're from the government, and they're here to help.
Yeah,
they employ top men.
Most frightening words in the English language. The 9 most frightening words in the English language is, I'm from the government, and I'm here to help you.
Yeah.
Just
trying to make the show more welcoming for our viewers across the pond.
I like that
Can you hear me?
mail slot.
Yes.
I think it would be fun to. Wouldn't it be interesting if people looked like mailboxes? If you had certain people who looked like mailboxes.
You obviously haven't been to London.
Yeah, mailbox cosplay.
Yeah, mailbox cosplay. That'd be excellent. That's kind of what London is anymore. That's what I feel.
Yeah. I was making that Bojo reference. Whatever happened to him? I heard he went crazy and they kicked him out.
He's
Who?
wandering around a field somewhere looking for journalists to give tea to.
Wait, who?
That's
What's
okay.
that?
His predecessor's running around looking for a pig's head that looks interested. So,
Other than waking up next to a pig's head.
What the fuck is wrong with English people?
I don't know.
Hey,
dude. We kind of took some of the good parts from them and absconded and said, "Yeah, thanks. Now, bye."
Present company excluded.
my husband is British.
I know he's here. He's
Yeah, but he
present
has.
company. I
Yeah.
excluded him specifically. He's present company.
And he had the common sense to become an American.
He did have that.
I think, I mean, you know, it's something we were talking about earlier today. Like, yeah, most people in the world, even the ones who proclaim that they hate the country, if they were given the choice, they would move there in a heartbeat.
Harry. Toast on beans. That's the first time I've seen shingle on a shit.
I don't get it.
A lot of shit.
No, I get it, but I don't get why they eat baked beans with bread for breakfast.
Baked beans are awesome.
Baked beans are awesome, but they eat
why
blood
though?
pudding.
You know, one of the things that they really love, especially the Filipinos, the first day out at sea, they like to have for breakfast is eggs on toast, and they put it on the toast, which back in 1975, I guess I thought was pretty remarkable. That and they all said that it settled their stomachs. I mean, if you've been in the yard for a while, this was that phenomenon where they hadn't been out for a while. None of us had, and we've been in yard getting and going out in the morning. They said they showed me what was on the menu. I was the food service officer, among other things, and had to approve the menu. And they said, "Yeah, this is what we do and why we do it." It was a great idea. It really does settle your stomach when you're out at sea. At any rate, it did mine.
Harry,
Thank
that's
you for
awful.
driving carefully. That's just kind of a wonderful sign, isn't it?
No, this is awful.
What the frig is that?
That's the guy who loves trains in the UK who just goes around everywhere.
What's wrong with his head?
That's his selfie cam that he wears on his forehead so he can capture his reaction of joy as the train goes by. You've seen this, haven't you, Jenna?
No.
Oh God.
We must show it.
See, I have the advantage. I'm sort of culturally English, but completely American. I get to inherit a bunch of English stuff without having to live there.
No baggage. Yeah,
because just growing up in a town like Slough, where the UK office took place, just some sprawling, shitty office park. We all think it's just sort of twee hedgerows with little hedgehogs frolicking and green pastures and just all that sort of stuff. But a lot of it's just Slough or shitty parts of Manchester or something, So would I love to live in England? Well, if I get to pick which part.
Yeah, you go down and live in Plymouth. That's nice. And it's even
Plymouth.
warm sometimes.
I just have to cross the bridge.
No.
Yeah.
You know where I would live? I think I would live on like Guernsey.
Port Marion.
So it's easy. Yeah, just easy access to France. France is the best thing about England.
Well, Port Marion is actually in Wales, isn't it? Where they shot the prisoner? Can't remember. No, there
Where
aren't
the
nearly
hell
enough.
is-
There aren't nearly enough letters in the name. Can't be in Wales.
What the hell is
Is
Sargon
B.
from?
Well, it's China, isn't it? No. Port Marion. I'm thinking of the Port Marion, Wales. Yeah, Port Marion, Wales.
Okay, it is Wales. Okay.
It is. It definitely is Wales, and it's actually quite beautiful. Truly beautiful.
It is, as long as you're there voluntarily.
I would move to Swindon just so I could find Callum and Sargon and all the rest and troll them on the street in real time. In a fun way. I no ill will, no malice there. Just in a fun way to troll them.
One day we don't have him functional because he's gone to England to stalk people.
Look at that.
Wales I could deal
place.
with. The street signs not so much, but the countryside itself, oh, gorgeous.
English
Fucking
isn't their
gorgeous.
first language.
No, it's not. It's British.
No, it's
Doesn't that just look like a wonderful little?
Walian.
Yeah,
Yeah, Port Marion.
nice.
Welsh. It's
stuff.
Welsh.
Yeah.
I knew I'd get it. Take that. I don't know.
Oh man. Yes. So, Francis, did you take your tartazine today? Evidently.
Yeah.
That just looks so wall-eyed and funny. Train spotting.
That is a horrible pic. That's just. Can you make him go away? I'm gonna have nightmares of
Sure,
alien.
I can replace it.
Oh fudge!
Tuckett Carlson.
Oh, look at
Carlson. Oh no.
Dylan
Oh, I just got it. Bull.
602,000 days of being a girl, and
Character of a girl.
let me tell you something. He insults me as a woman.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, it's woman face. So it's the equivalent of a minstrel show.
I actually think he's going to end up being a very important figure. I think he's the figure that everybody will look to and say, "No, that's what they're talking about with that stuff," and they'll start blowing that stuff off. Just the extreme part. I'm, a big believer in rights for everybody. Live the way you want to.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
do not shove this stuff down my throat. Do not force my family to say things or do things that are politically correct, that are nothing but ideologically driven. You don't have the right to do that to my family. It's fucking militant about that.
Well, yeah, it's a contagion. It's a social contagion that people like that are perpetuating. They're whether or not they're cognizant of it, they're being the useful tools of pushing this.
Assassin with a really good comment. The insult of women is the point of the exercise. I'm not sure that I can go all the way cynical there, but I understand the spirit behind the point, and certainly that is a lot of it.
Definitely.
Certainly that is going on in this. The insult to the straight white woman, believe me, that's a real thing. That's a real thing.
Yes. It just.
Well, Dylan is real. He's just a real sociopath. That's all, JB.
Yeah.
I had different words that I figured I wouldn't say on stream so we wouldn't get striked.
Thank you.
I think what JB means is genuine. Obviously, they're real, but I don't think that person's genuine, no.
I don't know who's genuine and not. All I know is that if somebody acts a certain way, presents a certain way, I will call them by the appropriate male or female sobriquet, not sobriquet, but salutation.
Yeah.
or pronoun, if you will. But I will not change anybody's pronouns as far as construction of sentences and so forth. They want me to call them their self. Depends on the situation. If I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. If somebody's that fragile, I'll probably humor them and try and get away as soon as I can.
Yeah. Just try to politely remove yourself from the situation.
Yeah. I don't appreciate having that foisted on me or being told I have to do anything.
Yeah.
I don't have to do shit.
That's what somebody was trying to say to me the other day when I was being a little feisty with them, a little, not rude, but just being a little mildly belligerent. And they kind of got in a huff. And I said, they demanded that I act more civilly towards them. And I said, you have no right to demand how I fucking act. And since you want to go this route, I can call you all sorts of names and treat you like a piece of shit with my words if I want to. And then I just turned around and walked away. I know I probably even if she shouldn't have gone that far, but that's just, my personality. I'm kind of snippy like that. But then immediately remove myself from the situation because it's like there's life's too short to fill it with interactions with people that are just so icky. There's no point.
I was watching something. I don't remember what it was, but it was on YouTube. And the woman made a good point about the fact that we're called cisgender or cis woman. We didn't ask to be called cis. That's not our preference. So they have to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
No, your betters decide what you're called.
Oh, how could I forget? I'm such a big
Yeah. Do you think people would be triggered by this image, Skep?
Hang on.
The dogs were triggered. Holy shit, Harry. What are you doing?
Hold on.
That's pretty amazing.
We'll have to stop talking about Dylan.
It's because
sorry about that. Say your question. Say your question again.
See this image that I've shared?
Okay, let's see. 800 things for boys to do today. Done today.
Not all at once.
Well, it's to prevent masturbation. So yeah, 800 things seems a good number.
So
electric locomotive and track system, boys motor car, parcel delivery bicycle, aerial cableway, miniature tank, moonship, houseboat, submarine camera, atomic pile, diving tower, hammocks, kitchen for hikers, and
ice yacht.
Yeah, ice yacht and cobalt super weapon.
So this is copyright 1919. If you need to see how soft we've gotten, here's a perfect illustration. Go back 100 years, and these are the kinds of things boys did. Now they just sit around and, I don't know, do whatever they do in their mom's basement.
Let me tell you something about
till they're 40.
The illustrations in there.
Yeah.
They're drawn. It says, attach this to this. Attach this other thing to this. Put this over here. That's all the instructions they would give you. You had to figure out how to attach things, how to cut things, what implements to use, and that was actually part of the learning. It was I got in on the tail end of this type of stuff. I know exactly. This sort of thing was just being looked at to be modernized at about the time I was going into late junior high school. When I say this type of thing, that boys' life, style of, here are some swell things for boys to do. Anyway,
and this is book 3. This is book 3.
Yes, book 3 is what I love. Yeah.
Aerial cableway. Can you imagine a kid today going, "Hey, Mom, I'm going to go out back and build an aerial cableway." That's nice, dear. And then 1, 2, 3. Nice, what? Police are going to come and take me away.
Right.
Let them build.
Yeah, first of all, it's sexist. Second of all, this kid, any kid who actually completes even a good fraction of these will be far too awesome and just make all the other kids feel inferior. And that's what white supremacy really is going to school and, lording over all the other kids, right?
Hell yeah.
If you do it right.
It's amazing though, like how things change, but they also stay the same because like all these things that the models, the tanks, the little sort of camping shenanigans, you still have that stuff today. Like maybe not the what is it, like model trains, but people will do what was that thing? It was like a transformer thing, but like different styles of the same thing with the same spirit of learning about the mechanics of this stuff, working with your hands, developing useful skills. It's a shame that not as many kids experience this, but
Well, I mean, there are other things to do now, but I don't know. These all sound like pretty awesome projects to me.
Totally.
Kitchen for hikers, ice yacht. I mean, hell yeah, I want to build an ice yacht.
Yeah, that sound like fun.
Don't you?
Wasn't there hammock?
No, we actually
chilly.
we built something like an ice yacht. Ice yachts are not a new concept, just so you know. When I was getting Boy's Life, there was a thing in there for essentially attaching a sail, making a sail out of a sheet and attaching it to your sled, which we did, and got out on an ice pond, this pond that they filled with about 1.5 feet of water, and then it just froze because you're at 7,500 feet in Colorado. Things freeze there and stay frozen all winter. That's what we played ice hockey on, and we sailed that thing around. I practically got killed on that thing. It got to going so fast. It was my sled. It was my Yankee Clipper sled. It almost got wrecked. Sled was very important to me in 1963.
Was it named Rosebud?
It was not named Rosebud. It was a Yankee Clipper.
Was it named Roseburg?
It was steerable. It was badass. This sled was total. It was like having a Porsche.
Yeah, well, as steerable as any sled is, but yeah.
But you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. I know which design you're talking about. Yeah.
You thought you were steering it.
Look, I'm in control.
Yeah,
I know
you randomly drifted back and forth. And the cool thing about living at the Air Force Academy was it's extremely hilly. It's the foothills of the Rockies. It's in the Front Range. And so as a result, there are just the sleddable hills around there are amazing. And it's such a little community. They would do things like this. They shut one of the main roads into the part of the development where I lived down because it was just such an amazingly sled road, and they just closed it down so the kids could have the day off from school and go sledding. That actually happened every single year I lived in Colorado. We would at least get a couple of days off where they just say, we're just going to have a fuck it day and call it a snow day and let the kids sled all day. And that's what we did. That's exactly what we did. It's great fun. Never been that cold.
Growing up, it's the most fucking Canadian thing. Every other house had a backyard pond. It was incredible.
Oh, sure.
Jenna, what were you going to say?
Oh, I was going to... when the town I grew up in, I lived close to where the old ice house was. Where they stored ice because there was no refrigeration and stuff like that. Yeah. And we used to climb on that and have the greatest time, but it would make you think to the fact that you would have to go and get like blocks of ice out of this place and to keep anything from spoiling.
Yeah. The key to having plenty of ice around is to have some Ice 9. If you have some Ice 9 handy, you can make a lot of ice.
That kind of went over my head.
Sci-fi reference.
Someone is going to say the name Kurt Vonnegut. That's Cat's Cradle, isn't it?
Yes.
That's Cat's Cradle, isn't it?
Not familiar with it, honestly.
Cat's Cradle. The Ice Nine is the chip of ice, and I believe the book is Cat's Cradle, where the chip of ice falls, touches the ocean, and Ice Nine has the capability of any water it touches instantly turns to ice, and any water that touches turns to ice. So if you touch the ocean, the entire Earth is instantly frozen into a giant ice ball. And that's and that's the way, I believe that's the way that the book ends.
Yeah, don't do that.
But I might be wrong. Me, Kurt Vonnegut, boy, what a mind. Where are the writers who captivate people like that now? You can't tell me.
Bunch of transphobes.
Yeah, they're a bunch of transphobes. I mean, in truth, J.K. Rowling came and wrote, a young adult, fiction style of writing, and legitimately had a remarkable, not amazing, but remarkable imagination, and capable enough as a writer to have created a wonderful world. But as it's kid lit at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as serious adult entertainment literature, and don't get me wrong, I'm generally the one reading the kid lit, but for serious adult entertainment, there's no Vonnegut's right now. There's no Heinleins, as far as I can tell. Are there?
You don't even have a Steinbeck.
No. We have
the best we have is what's her name and what's his name? Harry Potter and George R.R. Martin.
George R.R. Martin, come on, man! Come on,
that's
man.
That's my point. That's the best we got right now,
Yeah.
and it's
Do you know what would make Harry Potter better?
If it was written by
if
a
Harry
turf.
Potter wasn't in it. If Harry Potter wasn't in it.
Take your word for it. I couldn't get through the second book. You fucking what, mate?
Am I making Spud Gun feel at home?
These Klingons, they done mugged us, yeah? We get mugged off by the Klingons.
It's enough memes. I had something that I was going to pull on you in one of the Sunday shows, but I don't think we'll ever get around to it. I'm just trying to find it.
What is?
Wait, we do Sunday shows now?
Or sorry, Saturday. I'm tired. Leave me alone. Let me see if I can find it here. Work. Open spreadsheets, all I get is work. Don't worry about me.
Okay, chat, I'm gonna reveal a secret while Harry looks up whatever he's looking up. His real name is Harry.
Yep.
It's Bob.
Bob?
Bob. Harry's real name is Bob.
Mr. Bob Domalina?
Yeah. And is it short
just
for anything?
Bob.
Nope, just Bob.
It's funny because who was it, Sora, that was saying like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go to the Eaton Center and yell out functional," and she'll like come across me, and I was saying to her, "Well, it's funny you should mention that because I was meeting people, but I was across the street at Dundas Square, which is our like mini version of like Times Square, and Eaton Center is the huge mall in the downtown area."
Here you go, Skep.
And they were yelling functional, and my buddy, who was in the mall at the time, walked up to her and said, "Are you looking for?" and said my name, and she's like, "Yeah. Do you know him?" He's like, "Oh yeah, he's just up across the street. I'll go take you to him." It was just funny because she was like an hour early, blah blah blah. What are we looking at? BuzzFeed? Didn't they die?
Yeah.
Well, this is from before they died.
BuzzFeed News did.
So
Wait.
this is a quiz.
The
What
whole
percent
company.
boomer are you?
What percent?
It might be interesting to compare
Buzz-
our answers.
It's a BuzzFeed question. What?
Yeah. Let's do some. Wait a minute. Have I? Hold on a second here.
What, we take
There
the
we go.
quiz and
I'm on it. I got it. All right. Everybody has a little boomer inside them. What
Okay,
percent?
well, stop displaying me. Display the quiz if you can.
I'm going to. I'm getting it into
Okay.
figuring out how to. Okay. Here we go. All right. And so I'm just going to actually let's check off everything you've done. If you're not sure how to do that, ask the nearest young person. Ha 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 ha. So funny.
I got
All right. Now here we go.
I got 40%. Not quite a boomer, but sometimes you go to bed at 8 p.m. I mean, no, but okay. So there's weird questions like, have you ever read a newspaper? What? Can
So
you
here we
speak
are.
up, Sonny?
Mm-hmm. Is Skep a boomer?
Check off everything you've done if you're not sure. Blah, 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 blah. So have you asked someone to speak up more than 4 times in a row? Have you ever knitted?
Well, have you ever asked anybody to speak up more than 4 times in a row, Skep?
What? Speak up?
I'm
No,
guessing
not-
the answer
not
is
4
no, because
No,
I
not
don't think
4 times.
there's if after 3 times they don't speak up,
Nothing.
you're probably like, yeah, screw this person.
No,
Your
nothing's
stupid
that
shirt.
interesting.
You've
Yeah,
never surfed.
exactly.
oh crap, I think I'm a boomer.
So have you ever knitted?
Yes. Have you ever? I have knitted, and but I did that actually when I was in Boy Scouts. It was just to find out what knitting was and how it worked. They showed us how it was done. I knitted like a little chain of stitches of cloth, and that was the end of
Okay,
that.
so you have to check that box.
Yes, I have to check that and lost my glasses. Is that on the screen? I'm not
Yeah.
looking.
Yeah, you're good.
Good. All right. So continuing
Click it.
on.
Gotten mad when someone's worn ripped jeans.
Nope.
I have.
Okay.
No, wait, we're not doing me. We're doing you.
Oh, okay. We're doing. I thought we were
This
doing.
isn't our
female.
collective boomerism.
All right. I thought.
Gotten mad
we'd
when
be
someone had colored hair.
No, not really.
No. Nope. Not me.
What?
But
Capris or khakis?
I don't know what those are.
They're the pants
Well,
that don't go all
I know
the way
what
to the
capri
ankle.
pants are, but I don't. I just don't know.
I think that
How-
you'd have to be a woman to answer this question.
Yeah.
Um,
Probably.
Use
Probably
emojis
right.
in the wrong
Or
context.
BuzzFeed fan.
Yeah, have you ever
No.
screwed up your emoji, Skep? No, Skep is. You've seen Skep's artwork with his, his icon
It's
for his
masterful.
channel and stuff. It's masterful.
Thank you very
Skep
much.
would never.
I hire good people.
Gotten confused
Top
using Facebook.
Not confused. I did get banned by Facebook, but
Yeah.
not confused.
Read an actual newspaper. We know
I like
that's
that one.
true.
Read it actually.
Oh yeah, you know that. Used your middle.
Use your middle finger to text. I use my middle finger.
It's not what I use it for, but
I
okay.
A dinner at 4
flipped
p.m.
off the screen while I've texted somebody.
Yeah,
Who
it's
is
called
dinner at
supper.
4 p.m.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's called supper and yes. Says gone on a cruise is not the same as being in the Navy, Skep. Sorry. But you've gone on an actual cruise?
Yes, I have. I have actually gone on
Okay.
Cruises with my grandchildren.
Gone to bingo?
I've played bingo, but just no, not in this context.
No.
Oh,
the
the landline. Yes, I
Yes.
got rid of my last landline in, I'm going to say
have one.
2000.
I still have one.
I've never used mine, but I have one.
I think
If
I
you
told
borrow-
you, Skep, I had ISDN going to my bedroom. In
How
Yes,
about-
I know. I love that. The protocol of the future, Harry.
I know.
Power walk just because
Yeah. Been scammed online.
online.
I hope not, but you never know.
Yeah.
Paid
Paid for cable. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Done a crossword fun. Yep.
Hell yeah.
Done a crossword for fun.
Told
They
someone
are
you hate the
fun.
music the kids play these days. Now I
I'm
usually
guilty
say
of that.
it doesn't sound like music.
Written
Yeah.
a check at a grocery store.
That's why I clicked it though, Skep.
Yeah.
I haven't written a check at a grocery store since the 70s.
Still counts.
Counts.
Yeah, I never
Don't
have.
you
Not at the
don't you
grocery
hate
store.
when you go to the grocery store and there's like somebody, an old who's in line and they just are fumbling around with the check and you're just like, get on with it.
Oh,
I want to leave.
My pet peeve is when they get up there, they have bought enough food to feed an army. They have a couple of shopping carts full of things, and they sit there like pigs waiting in a slaughter line, just not registering anything. It gets to the end. Oh, I guess I've got to pay you now. And then they start rummaging in their purse looking for, they've been there for 10 minutes, right? And then they start to rummage for the thing and they say, oh, I've got some coupons. And they start pulling out the coupons and stacking them up. And the person goes through, no, I can't take that. Why can't you take that? Well, how about it? And I have some pelts. Will you take some pelts? And, you just go, fuck
Yeah.
Okay,
your
so
shit
you're okay
together,
with somebody that gets more than one cart as long as they're with it.
Yeah.
Well, you have 30 kids. It's kind of a different situation.
Yeah,
And,
but if you're doing that action, like be prepared. There's other people ahead and behind you that like move it or lose it, Granny.
yeah, when you
What's
go to
the-
the
what's-
PX, and it's a drive to get to the PX, you're going to use 2 carts. That's what the chest freezer is for. That's what being an American is having a giant freezer in your garage.
Giant deep freeze. Yep.
Yeah.
One thing, a trick I've learned is if you have more than one cart, have more than one person pay. So pay for one cart and then the other person check out the other cart. Or the third cart.
Yeah. So what was your score, Skep? How boomer are you?
Oh,
100%.
Did it give you a score?
no, it did not. I said, show me my score. And it says, here's some other articles you might like.
Oh, that was assholes.
Really?
I'm just kind of
What a
wondering,
bait and
fuck
switch.
you
Functional,
then.
can I just tell you?
No
I
wonder
just
they went
closed it.
bankrupt.
I just closed it.
Yeah.
Functional.
Dirtbags.
Yes.
Can you make it so it's fish?
Fish. What?
Your screen.
My screen? No.
Yes. I'm
No.
very sad to have learned it's not fish.
Think of them as skyfish.
Yes.
Yeah,
Skyfish.
exactly. Skyfish.
Flying fish of the sky.
Yeah. Hey, remember when screensavers were a big deal, Skip?
Oh yeah, I was thinking about those. What were they? OpenGL? Is that? Do I remember that correctly?
OpenGL. Well, even before that, there was this. There was this woman who's not particularly smart in my first sort of full-time computer job, and I was doing operation stuff, and she wasn't terribly bright. So we had X Windows equipment, and there was this program called X-Roach that would cause little computerized roaches to show up on your window, and they would scurry around and then hide under the windows that you'd created. So I set up a cron job to delay a few minutes, and then I got up and talked to her, went outside, came back in, was moving around. So I was nowhere near my desk when this thing started up. And suddenly she's like, hey, something's wrong with my computer. And she didn't really know much of anything. The great thing about X-Roach is if you hit them with your mouse, they leave little green and yellow squishy marks on the desktop. It's like, oh, yo, now you know how to do this. Here, at least show you. Just take your mouse, just click on them, and then go away. And I finally got her to click on them, and then after a while, after we squished a few of them, she started to go, hey, wait a second. He seems awfully familiar with this program.
Yeah, you seem to know an awful lot about this, sir.
Yeah, functional.
It's a pretty
Listen
good
to
prank.
Ray.
Yeah, it is excellent. that is an excellent prank. I love that. So it's such. It's I told you about the thing that I did. I programmed something for 2 months to make somebody's login screen look like it was really MS DOS, but it was giving smartass responses and wouldn't do
Nice.
anything.
Oh yes.
2 solid month of coding. And I taught myself so much about writing that type of code too. As a result of that, that was really a professional growth thing that just started out as something to harass this friend of mine.
Yeah.
The guy ended up being my boss later on. He never forgot that. He thought that he still, I bet he thinks it's funny to this day.
Oh, good sense of humor about it. That's good.
Oh, very much so. He admired the effort, I think, maybe.
Well, I have a bad habit of kind of holding grudges.
You, Harry?
As I was working my way up the IT ladder, starting out, I found this problem, and this person said, "Well, unless you can duplicate it with a shell script, I'm not going to take a look at it." Which annoyed me.
Never say that.
Which annoyed me, and then fast forward, about 6 years, and I'm this person's boss's boss at this point, and this guy comes to me with a problem. I said, "Well, can't duplicate it with a shell script. As far as I'm concerned, it doesn't exist."
Did you really say that?
I did.
Did he say you're being an asshole?
No.
Did he call you out?
No, he started to realize what happened.
He started to make a big deal out of it, and the power imbalance was too evident.
Well, he realized that he basically asked for it. He was just surprised that it took that many years for Karma to come around and bite him in the ass. Actually, not a bad guy for a douchey windsurfer kind of guy. I actually took a friend to the emergency room one night, and while I was sitting there, that guy came in. He had managed to somehow lacerate the ever-loving crap out of himself trying to, cook something for his new girlfriend. Loser.
Is that a tradition, cutting yourself?
I don't know. I mean, there's some kind of ritual going on. But,
exactly.
It's a small world after all. You never know who you're going to run into at the emergency room at 3 a.m.
That's absolutely true.
Not me.
So be nice to everybody.
Yeah. Always be nice to everybody.
Well, I mean, unless they deserve to be punished. That's different.
Friend, because a duck may be somebody's brother.
That's true.
Ray,
actually, the way that
functional.
The original. Go ahead, Jenna.
Gray just told functional that because he doesn't have fish, that you are condemned to the frozen waste of the ninth circle of hell and all its treacherous devices. Deceivers.
So in other words, Winnipeg.
Oh God! Good thing I'm an atheist. I don't believe in Winnipeg.
No. That is just that's a dismal town. That's just dismal.
What's wrong?
I don't think I could live in the prairies at all.
And the prairie.
Weird.
You talk about big sky country.
Yeah.
I mean, you feel like you're on the surface of a bowling ball.
Yeah.
You
can see Ontario. You can see Vancouver. The thing is, either way you're going, it's going to take you 2 days to get there in a car, and nothing ever changes. It's all just flat.
Yeah. Till
it was really surreal to experience that. Living in rookie.
You happy
terrain.
now, Jenna?
There's fish.
Yes.
Fish.
Aw, pretty fish. There's some beautiful fish.
Maybe I can. Let's see.
Goldies.
Let's see.
Goldies and goldies.
There we go, Jenna.
How are they teleporting like that? Is this live?
No.
No.
This is a GIF.
It's Memorex. Is it live or is it Memorex?
There you go. You happy now, Jenna?
You know,
Yes.
cleaning, Skep, I came across my one of my prized possessions, the original very first home release of the Star
Good
Wars movies
story.
on Betamax. Now I have to
Oh,
hunt down a
really?
working Betamax. Yeah, the first home release. Oh my god. I as a kid watched that trilogy every Sunday for the first 17 years of life. Well, no, not 17 because it came out like 10 years.
I can get you into a Sony Super Betamax for $285.
I need to find a place
It's
that
actually
does
not a bad price.
the transcoding of stuff, because I have
Yeah.
a beta tape of me getting a bunch of awards when I was a kid that might be entertaining to turn it into a video file.
Yeah, that would be great to transfer it directly. It's going to be the best quality, I
Wow.
think.
On
Most
eBay,
likely.
there's a Sony Betamax 2700, brand new in box for only $850 USD.
Refurbs I'm seeing. I've got one here for refurb for $245.
Yeah, no, that's actually a good price given the rarity of the technology that in good working order. This one's probably just so expensive because it's like brand new in the box, never taken out of. I'd really, because I also had the animated movie Sword and the Sorcerer, the first two Indiana Joneses, some other just Gone with the Wind, some other just classical stuff that, like, when Betamax was the thing, the next big thing. 2 weeks later, VHS took over. But my mother kind of went on a little bit of a spree back when we were kids because it was like the perfect entertainment while the kids were home from school on the weekend. Jesus, my cousins had something like that.
Mm-hmm. That was the shizzle.
Wait, what?
That weighs the same as like a small car today.
That man wants to sell you that apparatus.
How big is the screen?
Well, it's projection. It's
42.
Each of the pixels is about the size of your thumbprint.
I was going to say, yeah.
And there really aren't pixels. There's
huge
scan lines, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it has a VCR. Or is that a beta thing?
Star Trek: The Motion
No,
Picture
that's Betamax.
Yeah, if I can get my hands on one, I'd love to. Or, like you said, Harry, transcribe it to digital. Find a service here that'll do that for me. There's just something about that original release where things were just so authentic because there was no CGI at all. You had that film, that old magnetic tape film sort of quality to the screen. Oh, it's delicious. That's like I was saying the other week about listening to music on vinyl. You have that scratch, that sort of earthiness to the. Oh God, oh God! I feel personally attacked.
Pseudonymously attacked.
I use.
I don't know. The only thing I have in common with whatever that is glasses.
And your love of Betamax.
I don't love Betamax. I love Star Wars. Because Star Wars.
Yeah.
Hipsters are so insufferable. When did hipsters like leave the public ridicule? They got like replaced by all these other groups that they're just not as entertaining as hipsters.
They just got diluted by the other weirdos who are now the object of our ire.
Yeah. You can only drink Pabst Blue Ribbon for so long before you get bored and move on to something else.
Like Bud Light.
Actually, it's a Trilby. No,
Actually.
shut up. Shut up.
God, it's a nice Hamburg. Actually,
Yeah.
I am an actually person, unfortunately, sometimes. Obnoxiously so.
Like a human Snopes, huh?
I can be that. I need to admit that that's a fault of mine. And,
It's also kind of like how Florida Man just sort of disappeared.
I also have a bad habit of thinking that people need my wisdom.
I like your
Right
wisdom.
then. I'm glad you do, Jenna.
Yeah, I definitely
I
respect
find your
it.
wisdom helpful.
Thank you. There are times in my life when I could have saved myself a lot of trouble just by shutting up. I try never to forget that.
So you got a little bit of that foot in mouth disease?
I do.
It
Okay,
happens.
I worked this thing back and I got my answer. I got my score.
What?
Okay.
All right. 11 out of 20 were checked, and it says 60% boomer. You love Facebook and crosswords, but knitting, psh, boring. You're still too young for that. Just wait a couple more years. And then there's an old guy. There's an old here. Rather than describe it to you, I'll put it back up on the screen. Hang on a sec.
Only 20% more boomer than me. Either you're deficient in your boomerness, or I'm just way overcompensating.
Both could be true.
Also, yes.
I'm in my prime. I'm in my prime. I'm in my prime. Did I just say my prime? I'm the president of the United States. Cornpop was a bad dude. Cornpop was a bad dude. Did I just say it? Cornpop was a bad dude. Cornpop was a bad dude. That's our president. Jesus. What's to become of us?
What if you don't use Facebook?
Like me? I will go there if somebody posts a link and it's somebody I want to check out, but otherwise I don't go on Facebook at all.
I'm only 40% boomer.
You're only 40%?
Yep.
Oh, so we're boomer buddies then.
Yeah, I always tell people I'm boomer adjacent.
Yeah.
Not
I'm
quite a
constantly
boomer.
on Facebook, but that's only because Marketplace is kind of like eBay without any of the service fees.
Well, this is actually the most accurate description of me I've ever heard. Not quite a boomer, but sometimes you go to bed at 8 p.m. It's true.
It's true for you, but not for me, which is...
The thing is, if I go to sleep at 8 p.m., I'm going to wake up at 3 and I'm going to work my ass off.
And hate every second of it.
Yeah.
I'm a night person. I don't do well if I'm not up all night. But that's what made me so well suited to working night shifts at the kitchen, because by the time you're done with cleanup and everything, it's 4 o'clock. You get home, it's 5 o'clock, 6, 7. After you decompress, you're going to bed. It was perfect. Suited me.
I'm 20% boomer.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Only 20%?
Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm 50% boomer.
50?
Uh-huh.
Fuck.
You believe in climate change? Well, no. But
Remember, it's BuzzFeed.
It's because of all the youngsters doing on their dang phone. It's okay. We love you anyways. You know what? It's not my fault. Okay. I haven't written a check in a grocery store since before my accident. So,
but you did it.
Count.
But you did it.
Mm-hmm.
I still pay for cable.
It's not like you get sort of your virginity on check writing back if you don't do it for a long time. It doesn't work that way. If you wrote a check at a grocery store, you check the box.
I'm the youngest person here, though.
You're not like a born again check not writer.
What was Skep's score?
60%. 60.
Okay, so I'm 10 points lower than Skep and 10 points higher than both of you, and I'm younger than all three of you.
Yeah, funny how that works.
Another BuzzFeed intellectual triumph.
I hear that living near P-Town can age a person.
Word on the street is
You're peeing on people?
P-Town is more for the gays. It's a lot of fun to go to, though.
I said living near P-Town.
that's the thing about gay people. Wherever there are gay people, there's good food and good entertainment.
So true.
That is absolutely true.
Hey, Kefty.
Kefki hugs the Kefki.
Okay,
Hugs
I ate a
the
piece of chocolate
Kefki.
and I couldn't hide it very well.
Yeah, well, yeah, most gay people are just boring people that, you know, do boring married couple things, right? But then there's the handful of wackadoodles who ride around on floats thrusting their genitals in the direction of kids' faces, and they're the ones that get all the attention.
You know what? P-Town is good about not... You can take your children there and you're not worried that they're going to see penises.
Yeah, I know a fair number of boring old lesbian couples, and they're just regular people with cats.
They just are. You know,
Yep.
just live and let live. We can all get along. We really can.
Yeah.
You just gotta stop letting people divide us.
If you want to live with people of a certain type who believe certain things, you can get together and make a community and live that way. And if you want to live someplace else, you can live someplace else.
So the prophet of my church said it wasn't in April's general conference, it was in October, that if you have the Catholic Church and everything have not taken a stance on this, but when a bill got passed, they said that if your child's gay, you love them anyway, you accept them, you bring them into your house, no matter what they are, unless you know. And my mom's friend, who is a very special person, calls up my mom and goes, "I love your motherfucking church. They're for gay people."
Nice.
And my mom was like, "What's happening?" But it was very interesting.
Can you bring back my screen for a second? Because my friend just sent me this, and this is her cat Jonesy, and that little white bowl on the side there, that's a bowl of flour that she was making food with, and she came back and the cat was just looking at her like this because he stuck his face in the flour, thinking that there was something in the flour for him to get. But you can notice that his whiskers, that sort of stripe there, that kind of looks like a mustache, where he was going like licking it off. But he looks so pissed.
That is a weird picture.
I can't.
It's like Devil Cat.
It's too much.
That could scare you. It looks like an owl.
Yeah. He looks like Kitty Montana.
Kitty Montana.
Huh?
Tony Montana.
Say hello to my little friend.
That's bizarre.
Because he's actually kind of scaring me.
Thank you.
All right, can we take a second to appreciate Cadbury Dairy Milk caramel-filled chocolates?
No.
Yes.
Why?
Because I finally got into my Easter candy.
Is that one of those cream-filled chocolate things?
It's caramel filled.
Chocolate bar, right? Caramel.
Oh, caramel might be okay. Cream.
I just wouldn't worship it because it's still kind of just like mass-produced crap.
Yeah.
Well,
Get
no, I've never had it before, and the caramel.
that's fine.
is
I'm not saying it's horrible,
delicious.
but I mean,
I
once
usually
you
don't like
had
it.
actual proper.
Functional. In 1963, I returned to the United States from Belgium,
Oh,
and I was excited.
brother.
I was excited to try American candy because I loved the Belgian chocolates and the confections that they had over there. I said, "Yeah, I want to try the chocolate, the sour sticks, and all that kind of stuff." And I bit into a Snickers bar, and I didn't know what it was.
Yeah,
Is
I
this
did-
food?
I really was.
resembles food.
I was that kid. I mean, I
were
had
you
been having this
depressed?
delicious chocolate flakes that they used to have. Anyway, was I depressed? No, because kids in the 6th grade, at least not me, we weren't allowed to be depressed. They just said no. I would go up. Can I be
I-
depressed, please? And they would say no. And I go out and
suck
play.
it up before we beat it out of you.
Right, exactly.
Animalistic.
You,
I
you
get
need
you're
a morale
trying to be
beating.
funny, but
Yeah.
stop it.
Exactly.
And it's given the region, the Northeast, with our rich maple trees and that, but stuff from Sugar Shack, the really old timey stuff that we make from real ingredients up here. We're not well known for it, but good God, is it fantastic! You go to the Pioneer Village and you get some of the maple candies, the taffies, or the candy sticks, the old timey candy sticks.
Oh yeah,
They're
there's
so
some
good.
great candy up
And
there.
it's the taste and texture is so worlds apart from that shit you get at the variety store.
Yeah.
I mean, it has its place. It's good in a fix. It's cheap. It's plentiful. If you enjoy it, I'm not going to disparage you for enjoying it, but
it's a
do yourself
sugar
a favor and
delivery
try
device.
real confections.
It's a sugary delivery device.
Okay,
Yeah.
just send me some functional.
Okay, yeah, no, I can do it. Next time I'm up at that part of the city, I'll grab some candy sticks for you and the kids, and I'll mail
I
them to you.
remember I can't do nuts, and
No,
I
it's not nuts. It's basically just sugar, like candy sticks. You like candy canes without the cane part.
Oh.
Various different flavors, all natural stuff that again made from the base of the sugar that we pull from maple trees. So it's kind of got that hint of maple, even though it's not that style of making it into maple. Anyway, it's good stuff. Yeah, next time I'm up there, I'll grab
Your
a bunch.
Smarties are different than ours, right? Your
Your
Smarties.
Smarties are the little powdery pressed pill candies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, ours are just like M&Ms. They're an M&M clone. So they got that candy coating chocolate inside. We call your Smarties rockets.
Yes, rockets. That's right.
Yeah,
That's
I
right,
love those
rockets.
things because you just stick one under your tongue for like 20 minutes and just like
Yeah.
Flavor Town. It's nothing but like concentrated sugar goodness.
A lot of citric acid in those things.
Yeah.
Bunch
yeah.
of
My
sodium
kids
citrate,
for
bunch of
Easter-
citric acid, just all kinds of citrate salts.
My kids for
acid
Easter.
stuff. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, my kids for Easter got nerds on gummies. What are they called?
What?
So they're letting you
Nerd
actually
gummy,
buy people,
gummy clusters.
or you're eating people.
Yes.
You ate
That
these
doesn't
nerds.
surprise me. She's from Boston.
Nerds could be nutritious.
As a kid, as a young child, we're talking like 3 years old, my mother had to take me to the emergency room because they found out that I had.
She was a mother at 3 years old.
Yes. I had stuck nerds in my ears.
Yeah.
And so she freaked out. And the doctor was like, "What's the problem?" And had to, sit there and like pluck them out. And I don't remember this. I was too young, but I just thought it was hilarious. Kids do stupid things, and one of the stupidest things they do is stick things where they shouldn't belong.
You know what
Yeah.
our weekend rule is? No ER trips.
That's a good rule.
Have you tried implementing that to the Monday to Friday area of things, or no? You don't want to be. You don't want to. You don't want a helicopter parent. You want kids to learn from their mistakes because that's their only way they're gonna fucking mature.
I like that they run around and they explore and stuff.
Yeah.
When they come back and they're like, we were trying to make a fort in the trees, and well,
kid's waving his arm and there's like no elbow anymore. It's just like swinging all wildly. Ma, look what I can do.
The machete.
Oh, shit. Oh, the machete.
Well, now we have to go get the stitches. Thanks, kid.
Can't you just shoot them?
No.
Burn the demons? Come on.
That's not nice.
Kefki's talking about demons. Demons don't deserve our respect. They're basically communists at that point.
Skep, you'll like what I'm sharing.
Oh, Kefki. Okay. I thought you were calling my kids demons. I was like,
no. Kefki was talking about the demons.
Why are you picking on my babies?
Time slicing.
Did you guys got a chance to see the some of the links I posted to you about the eclipse, right?
The
that's Hawking radiation. That's what that's doing. It's probably cutting the Earth in half.
No, those are just diffraction spikes in your telescope. It says bad news for the exoplanets. It turns out those diffraction spikes are real.
Yes. I didn't even think I'm so accustomed to them. It's just part of the background thing of having a telescope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if they were real, could screw you. That's beautiful.
I don't like gays on
the you know what? I didn't have my screen right. I didn't see I didn't see the writing at the bottom of the screen. Turns out those diffraction spikes are real. I had it in a small window. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
It was just it was really cool because, like, traditionally what you had to do, there would be school projects about it. You would make a pinhole camera and you'd look at it. It'd be cool, but obviously you don't have
pinhole cameras really work.
No, they did, but you didn't have the technology, and God forbid you ever tried to look at it with a naked eye, like an idiot. But with the technology, using cameras, you could have a crystal clear 1080p picture of the eclipse happening in real time, and it was so amazing. And when the moon fully got into position to fully eclipse the main body of the sun, all you could see was this ring of solar flares and everything around it. I was entranced for all of 20 seconds that was happening. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
The bright spots around the sides of the eclipse are called Bailey's beads. You can Google that if you like. Okay. Bailey's beads. You can Google that and find out all about the interesting effects of blocking that much light.
Oh yeah.
What it means for us. It's some amazing pictures in that. Just go to Google that and look at pictures. It's gorgeous. Bailey's beads were spectacular.
It's again,
Very
like the guy had random guy in Australia, just camera in his backyard looking up at it. It's like, look, if you could physically do it, it'd be like looking directly at it as it's happening.
Yeah,
it's really cool because it's not something again, you can't physically do it without irreparable damage. So I never did do it. It's just cool that you can actually see that stuff play out in real time. I love the time we live in. We live in the greatest time in the history of mankind. So far. And people take it for granted so much. Even me. Like I'm not guilt free of that.
But
they truly do that.
they really truly do. It's just really distressing at times.
Someone who once saw the data describe.
Describing it at a party.
I took migraine medicine. I can't read. Bloom filter hashtag. What? I don't know. What is this?
Data quality. Lossy versus
Jenna,
lossless.
is it GIF or GIF?
GIF.
Thank you. I think you're wrong because it's clearly graphics.
You mean the GIF?
Yeah, it's graphics,
GIF.
not graphics. Graphics.
What?
Nothing. I'm just teasing.
Why
Yeah.
are you doing this? I took migraine medicine.
I know. That's why I'm teasing you. You're an easy target.
That's why they had. That's why Toys R Us went out of business because they had. Was it Geoffrey the giraffe?
Oh God, yeah.
Okay.
Joffrey.
I for some reason I wanted to call you Henry, like your full name's Henry. I don't think it is though. Harry, Bob.
Bob. Shem.
What do you call a GIF?
Usually just call it a GIF, but I also don't care.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
find people who get really excited about this to be pretty funny.
Tiresome.
Well, why is it a big?
Look at this is a perfect cartoon because it incorporates Skep's home and Jenna's home in the same cartoon.
This is a big.
My hobby, unhelpful size comparisons.
Well,
It would
you
be
know,
a-
Rhode Island is a beautiful place to live, said no one ever.
part over by
Hi.
the bridge across the James River and into Newport. It's not pretty, but there are parts of it that approach pretty. And then the coast up there, the Millionaire's Coast, is kind of pretty.
Say hi to Jenna. Oh, now you're being quiet. Okay.
Noodles.
See? Jenna's calling you.
Noodles.
Let me see if I can't get her to speak.
She's like, I will not perform.
No, now she's rubbing up against the microphone. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
It's your Auntie Jenna. There you go. Have some cookies. Kittens are cute, but oh my god, they're a lot of energy.
Terry,
I missed that.
the truth of that one.
I know.
Oh my god, that was a moment for me.
Yep. The Planet Killer Comet Ice Margarita. 4,000 oil tankers full of tequila. 1,000 tankers full of orange liqueur. 1,000 tankers full of agave. The juice from 20 trillion limes.
Bye, Britain.
Here's a question. Have you guys ever watched Jim Can't Swim?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, I've seen that somewhere. I've seen it advertised. I think somebody's pushed it.
But
at
the
me.
Susan Boone one? The
Oh.
idiot that locked her husband in a suitcase, her boyfriend,
Yes,
Right back.
and he suffocated, and so
she killed him on purpose. By the way,
she absolutely did, and
she
keeps
absolutely
going,
did.
it was not intentional.
No. Well,
I did
she
not
kind of
think-
sunk herself when she said he kept bleeding to get out, and I said no.
Well,
Okay.
she made
Yeah.
a video.
You're always a quitter. Not this time, bub.
Yeah, they were playing hide and seek at the age of 42. So go
Yeah.
figure that one. But
That's what happened.
Better than Paul Pelosi's hammer party.
Somebody didn't pass out. He passed out. She got mad, found a way to get him in that suitcase, closed the suitcase, and said, "No, screw yourself." And the guy just aced out.
no, I think she got him in the suitcase and then knocked him down the stairs because he
That's
had all these
possible.
bruises post mortem, but he didn't have them.
There weren't paramortem.
Yeah.
Probably were
Yeah.
paramortem.
No, they were before he died.
Oh,
But he
really?
had
Pre-mortem. Okay.
He didn't have them before he entered the apartment. I think the bitch threw him down the stairs
There's that
in
possibility.
the suitcase.
I see this on Netflix and Marvel comics all the time. You see some 85-pound woman pick up a 200-pound seal and throw him through a plate glass window.
Because that's realistic.
And that's just like it was when I was in the service. That used to happen quite a bit.
I mean,
Susan.
sometimes, when it's like Supergirl, sure, that okay, that can happen. But they try to do it with like, what was her name, Black Widow? I was like,
The deep cut for Skep is what that is.
I love that so much. Half an hour after the Big Bang. There weren't any heavy elements. Oh, that's so funny.
Skep was already 20 minutes old at that point.
Here's your periodic table of the elements right there.
Can't sustain anything with more than, what was it? More than 4 protons. That's funny.
Yeah, good times.
Funny. Yep. Excellent. Guys, we've been going on for 2 hours now, and probably time to call an end to all this. Does anybody have anything unsaid that they need to say? If not, speak now or forever hold your peace.
If your partner wants to get you in a suitcase, say no. Just say no.
Just say no, just like Nancy Reagan did.
Yeah.
Because here at Minions of the Zoo,